What is going on, guys? Welcome back. We got some chest and back today. This is my first workout post-school, starting grade 12, obviously. So I'm going to try real hard to keep up the daily uploads, but it's going to be more challenging doing a workout video today because it's a little bit easier for me to make these videos. I can make these videos a little bit faster, and I'm going to work out anyways because I'm really prioritizing my workouts right now as well. So, if I film them, then it's an easy video that I can put out. So, first exercise, incline chest press machine, and then we're alternating between that and 4 sets on the chest supported cable row. Now, you'll notice when I do this chest supported cable row, I kind of arch up and really squeeze at the top, and I really stretch at the bottom. I freaking love this exercise. Now, this cable row or whatever is harder in the contraction, which is probably not as ideal for hypertrophy, but to be honest, most back and rowing movements are all like that. So I really like to do the partial reps here just to make sure I'm failing in that stretched portion of the lift. So on all back exercise, if you see me, you'll notice I like to do long leg partials on pretty much all of them. Then we got 4 sets on the seated cable chest fly. Freaking love this one. Definitely, I think I prefer incline or pressing anyway to target my upper pecs, and then I'll do a flat, straight across kind of fly motion to target the pecs overall, and maybe, emphasize the middle of the pec or whatever. But, upper chest is a little bit of a weakness for me. So really, I always really do an incline press, but, still do cable flies. Really like this one. And you'll notice I like also doing unilateral movements, and that's because one of my triceps, the one on the left side of my body, is actually slightly weaker. So with my machine press I was doing at the start, it's unilateral, so I can train them unilaterally so one doesn't take over. And then we got 3 sets on the close neutral grip lat pull down. This is really going to emphasize the lats. A lot of people think that a close grip will emphasize thickness, but it's actually the other way around. A close grip is going to target the lats more, which is going to get you that width, and the wider you go, the more the traps are going to be engaged, which will help get you more of that thickness. So, both will get your back thick and wide, but, I like to think of it as closer pulls will get you a little bit wider because they're targeting the lats more, and wide grip pulls will get you a little bit thicker. And obviously, I really like the aesthetic. I want that V taper, those sweeping lats. So I'm focusing on a close grip pull. And then we're just doing 1 set of cable lat pullovers. This is pretty much going to isolate the lats really well. And, it's still going to target the rear delts and technically the long head of the tricep as well. But for the most part, we're using the lats here, and that's why I freaking love this exercise. I use it as a finisher after my main back pulling or pull down and rowing movements, and I've really been liking it recently. It used to crank up my shoulders, but it seems to be okay now, and I think it's freaking awesome. So I just do a set of that at the end, and obviously we're pushing every single set to failure because, let's be honest, going to failure, 1, it's more fun, and 2, if you're leaving a shit ton of reps in the tank, probably not going to make as good gains. And then 5 sets of machine lateral raises, doing that because, my side delts or whatever are weakness. The width, that's definitely a weakness on my physique, is I don't really have the width. So always prioritizing side raises, spasming the lateral raises to try and get me as much width as possible. And again, like the rows and the pull downs or whatever, I like to do long length partials here because this exercise is a little bit harder in the contracted position. So I want to make sure, again, I'm failing. So you see I put my head on the pad there, lean forward, and I just bang out a bunch of partial reps for the side delts. This absolutely lights them up. And then 3 sets of cable wrist curls for the forearms. A lot of people forget to train their forearms, but if you want overall arm development, I think it is important. Yeah, it's trained on your back stuff, but arms are a weakness for me, and I really think doing some forearm isolation will just help them grow even more. So I like to do that a little bit as well. Most people skip that, and I don't think it's bad if you skip that, but for me, I think it's worth it. And then 3 sets of machine shrugs. I tried doing a seated variation here just because again, I don't have the best, I've said this before, I don't have the best lower back in the world. I can get lower back pain. So I wanted to try seated to see if that was any better, and it was a little bit better. So, but that's pretty much the workout. So if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.